those who are in the middle of them. Our expert meteorologists explain the science behind this extreme weather and show us why it's so dangerous. April 11, 2016. A powerful hailstorm slams into the Dallas suburb of Wiley, Texas, taking the town by surprise and leaving a trail of destruction.
Holy cow! I'm Carl Parker, and we are following severe storms in your area and a very dangerous storm now coming towards Laverne, Oklahoma in the western part of the state. Tornado warning now in effect for Ellis and Harper counties as this cell moves northeast at 30 miles per hour. We've been watching video of a large wedge tornado, and that is now coming up very, very close to Laverne. And so we're looking at a circulation right in this area. And again, a large wedge tornado was spotted with this storm already. Now moving off towards the northeast here, and I'm going to go ahead and circle this area right in there. So this is about where that tornado is going to be sitting, and as we track that forward, that's not very far away from Laverne at all. Coming into Laverne at about 9:07. Let me move this back just a little bit to sit right in the middle of that circulation there. Okay, so it's going to be about 9:07 most likely when this comes into Laverne. So again, we have spotted a large wedge tornado with this storm, and we've seen debris as well. This is a really dangerous storm and now appears to be moving into Laverne. So if you are in Laverne, now is the time to get to your cellar, to get to your safe spot. Lowest, most interior room, as many walls between you and the outside as is possible. If you've got a bike helmet, a motorcycle helmet, anything like that, that's going to help certainly because you've got a really dangerous storm now moving in. Let's take a look at, this is the latest velocity scan here, and so getting even a little bit tighter, still seeing a very tight little area of rotation, and it just does not look like it's deviating that much at all, coming right towards Laverne right now. Now let's see if there's some debris showing up. I'm not seeing any debris that is co-located. We did see that earlier when we saw the large wedge tornado. But this is still a strong circulation, not far at all from Laverne. So now is the time to get to your safe place there in Laverne. This thing is closing in on you fast. And again, we've already seen a large tornado with this storm. And so it's entirely possible that a new one is forming at this time. We do know that a second tornado was developing, and it's entirely possible that it becomes a very large tornado once again. So please get to your safe place right now there in Laverne. Now farther to the southwest, another tornado warning for Beaver and Lipscomb counties. Unfortunately, the radar data is not real clear in this case. Looks like we've got some circulation there north of Lipscomb, and moving off to the northeast. I'm going to run this back a little bit. So basically now northeast, and just tracking that forward, that's going to get into Follette, most likely at about 9:15 or so. So there too, a possibility of a tornado coming your way. Much farther out here, we see the tornado watch across West Texas and parts of Oklahoma. And then we also see another tornado watch into central parts of Kansas. No warnings in that area as of yet. And then also in the northeast, looking at some stronger storms here. We've been watching some cells into central Pennsylvania, but I also want to show you this new tornado warning, which does now include New Jersey, Monroe and Northampton and Warren counties under warning until 10:30. And so this storm now making its way towards Stroudsburg as we speak. And we're looking at the little notch there, little indentation with that storm that is just west of Stroudsburg. That's where the tornado likes to sit. And so that would be coming towards Stroudsburg at about 10:17, Upper Mount Bethel at 10:23, White at 10:32, and Liberty at 10:37. And we'll continue to follow that closely. Also, storms now coming down to the lower Susquehanna Valley. No warnings on those at this time. We'll keep a close eye on those, and also some severe warnings now up into parts of eastern New York as well as into western Massachusetts. So larger picture, severe thunderstorm watch in the lower Susquehanna Valley and westward into the lower Laurel Mountains, also in northern Maryland, just outside of Baltimore and D.C., and then a little area of a severe watch into parts of Kentucky as well. So again, we will follow everything very closely, and we'll continue to break in as necessary. We now return you to programming already in progress.
For From one hellish storm to another.
In one day. When this storm went over the mountains acted as a trigger point to pull that moisture out of the storm. So that likely exacerbated what was going on, because when you have air that flows up a mountain, eventually that water has to condense as it goes higher in the atmosphere, and that condensing water falls out. And so that all slid down the side of the mountain into the villages, into the valleys, which brought the devastation there in the Philippines. This was a late season event.
I'm Carl Parker. I want to get you up to date on severe storms in your area, and we are watching a very dangerous storm now in western Oklahoma. Tornado warning in effect for Harper County, and already there has been a large wedge tornado observed on the ground with this storm. That storm now coming right through the town of Laverne, home to about 1,400 people. There you see the circulation, which is now just slightly east of Laverne, right in there, that brightish blue color and the red color right there. That is the circulation that we are watching, and now just to the east of downtown Laverne. So it looks like they have most likely been hit by the storm. Now, one thing that we have not seen yet is much debris. We did see some debris earlier with that large wedge that was spotted earlier. Not seeing any evidence of that right now, but that does not mean that we haven't gotten a hit from this tornado there in Laverne, as we've got a pretty strong circulation still now coming through the area. And I want to expand our view here, going out a little farther to the east and north. And taking this forward, there's a chance that it will be coming to Buffalo about 9:35 or so as it's moving northeast at about 30 miles per hour. It's going to be crossing Route 64 and 46 as well, the intersection of both of those roads before it gets into Buffalo. We'll continue to keep a very close eye on that. Also, an ongoing tornado warning for Beaver and Lipscomb County. Looking at a broad area of rotation now near Follett. I'm not seeing anything that really jumps out at this time, but certainly a lot of very heavy rain here and potential for a tornado within that now coming towards Follett. Little appendage there. Just a little bit of a notch near Follett right in there. And so if we just take that forward, that's looks like that's going to be in mostly rural areas. So there is now a tornado watch in effect across West Texas and parts of Oklahoma, and another tornado watch in central Kansas. No tornado warnings in that watch area at this time. There too, we're going to keep a really close eye on that. Now, getting you into the northeast, we are watching another tornado warning into parts of New Jersey and New York, Monroe, Northampton, and Warren counties under warning right now. Let's zoom in and get a better look at what's going on with this storm. And in the velocity data, doesn't look like a whole lot showing up right now, but we are seeing a little bit of a notch there that is now just west of Mount Olive and coming across Interstate 80. So that would be moving towards Hackettstown in about 15 minutes, Mount Olive at 10:37 and Roxbury at 10:42, and eventually getting towards the tri-state area as well. So heads up there for you in New York, maybe looking at some strong storms coming in before long. Also, severe warning now into the Harrisburg Metro, Lower Susquehanna Valley, Cumberland, Juniata, Perry counties under warning. One of those cells is now coming right through Harrisburg and down into northern New York County, and then another warning just off to the east of that for Lebanon County, and that going until 11:15 Eastern time, that working southward and down towards the Turnpike. So severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the lower Susquehanna Valley and farther west into the Laurel Mountains, and then across the Mason-Dixon line into northern parts of Maryland. So strong storms may actually reach down towards Baltimore and D.C. later tonight. We're going to continue to watch all of this very closely, and we will update you as necessary. We now return you to programming already in progress.
I am shocked. I've never seen a storm like that before, never experienced anything like this before.